Hey everybody, we're going to get started. This is the weekly small business goal setting and digital marketing series. Today's topic is about making a content calendar a year in advance. Little housekeeping items for those of you that are new. We're going to record this. It is being recorded and all of you are on mute. I'm going to try to keep this to 30 minutes. It's a pretty big topic. So we will get jumping in. My name is Maria Barakat. I'm a social media trainer, consultant, and I work and teach digital literacy and digital marketing for small businesses. It's part of everything that I do, and this training is also part of that to give back. So we're going to talk about your content calendar and getting it done. So this is a little bit different than what it is and how you use it. It's more about preparing a year in advance. And I like to do it in September. It's just my time. We're going to go through briefly the goals of content. We're going to talk about this one-year calendar, and then I'm going to give you a case study, like how you go through it and how you would do it, and we're going to work with October. So let's jump in and get started. So first of all, the goals of content. 90% of consumers use a search channel like Google prior to making a purchase. So this is really the main reason that we publish things, that we put them in a newsletter, that we post them on social media, that we're sending them out, because this is where people are today. We don't have a yellow pages. We don't have newspapers that we read, that we're looking for information. So it's really important that you keep that in mind. And I like to start with a little worksheet. I like to think about, well, what's the overall mission and goal? So if this is for your business, you need to think about that. You need to think about who your target customers are and what their basic needs are, not what you're trying to do, right? How does your product or service meet their needs? How does the company, meaning you, provide that service? Like, what's your culture like? Every company has a little bit different flavor. And then what sets you apart from your competition? It's really critical to know that, to know your unique difference, what makes you unique. And then you take that worksheet and you begin on your own website, because this is how the content, this is where we want people to go, right? We want them to go to our website. So you start with your about page and you look at your mission and your goals. If it's not there, you better put it on there, because this explains why you're publishing the content. Then you're going to your products and services page. This is the who and the how, right? This is what you have, what you're offering people. The events page can offer people when you have this. Maybe you have special events that are there, and it gives a little bit more insight into the culture of your business. So these are, as a person who works with small business, these are the pages I go to when I want to see, well, what do we want to publish for them, right? Because the stories, it's all about stories, and it's all about your team and who you are and what you do, and you should have your own case studies as well, because this is where your uniqueness lies. So today I'm going to use Free Reign Foundation. They are a foundation based in Southern California, and I have worked with them on and off a lot, and I am going to use them as our example of how you would take a content calendar to them and show them, so you can sort of fit yourself in there. So like I said, we're going to start with their mission statement, their mission page, right? Our mission: to heal humans and rescued horses by creating a bond that empowers and nurtures both. So they're an equine therapy foundation. So we know there's a topic, rescued horses, right? We can talk about rescued horses. We can talk about personal challenges, who are dealing with challenging life situations, emotional health, suffering from emotional illness, and healing with horses. So this is a list of topics that we're going to start to put together. Then I'm going to go to their, what do we do page, right? For them, it's their programs. So they have youth programs. They have equine assisted therapy programs. They talk about bullying. They talk about peer pressure. They work with boys and girls clubs. They work with the police, and they have community partners. So these are all important topics for them. What else do they do? Well, they work with veterans. So you have veterans, there's a great topic, and wounded warriors. So these are community partners that they have. So our list is growing of topics. They also have an equine assisted corporate coaching program. So corporate coaching is a topic. It's probably not their main topic, but it is a good one to start with. Communication skills, which is probably across all of them. Listening skills. So these are important, right? And any one of these kinds of topics that they have in here are things that you could talk about if you had nothing else to talk about. Then we want to know a little bit about how they operate. And going through their website, they're all volunteer. So volunteer is a wonderful topic because you can thread it throughout the whole year. You can talk about it, and it's really an important one. And because they're 100% volunteer, this is the primary part of their culture. What events do they do? So I went. They have an extreme cowboy coastal challenge. So they obviously, cowboys and horses go together. The coast is very important to them. So being a beach community, they might do events even, that are related to that. They also have a summer Grand Prix Gala. This is their huge event of the year. It's about horse championships. It's about horse jumping. So these are things that we would want to talk about most likely in the summer near this, because it doesn't really relate to their overall mission, but it gives us things to do. And then they have hug and groom community events. So that's a kind of fun thing. It's for families. It involves hugging, horse grooming. So there's so many things that you could talk about with this. And it doesn't necessarily just have to be around the dates of their events, because they're a very community oriented. Then we're going to look at their team. So you kind of visually get an idea of who they are. You see that they do talk about their horses. They rescue horses. And then they also have stories that are in there. So this is the culture that they have. It's the feel of what you want all of your content to be, right? Nurturing, horse loving, healers. So those three things are your benchmarks. You don't want to post any content that's not going to give them the sense of what you see right here on this page. And you have the same thing. You need to look at your own culture and decide what's there. So now we're going to inventory these topics: rescued horses, challenges, all of the bullying, the peer pressure, the partners, and you put all of this on one list and you look at it and you say, in addition to all of these, there are owners and business owners, and what are their personalities? Well, they're into animal welfare, and they're very much into their own community of Huntington Beach and community involvement. So these are things that do relate to this, and they're part of the owners, because we want to know the behind the scenes. We want to know what's going on in your business, right? So you're going to use these topics and fit them into content that you can create. So this is something that I went over multiple trainings ago about entertaining, educating, convincing, and inspiring. So you have a lot of different content that you could create with these topics. Plus, you're going to add in to those topics national holidays. So Easter, Christmas, 4th of July. And, we want to acknowledge them if they actually relate to something that you're doing, a promotion. If you're in retailing, then you would use those too. So you can kind of think about, what could I create after I decide this calendar? Your 1-year content calendar. So I start with the tab at the bottom, right? I have instructions how to use it. 2018-2019 calendar, and this is more boxes to show you how long in advance to national holidays you need to promote. Then it has ideas by month, which we're going to go into detail. September through December of 2018, January through August of 2019, and food days. Food days are not just for restaurants, they are for every business. You can look at what's in there and you can decide, maybe it's, horses and carrots. Maybe there's a carrot day or something like that you would promote. So it's a good thing. It's fun if you don't really have anything to do. If someone on your team, really likes a certain thing, you can kind of go in there. But we're only going to do ideas by month and then the September through December. So ideas by month. We're going to start with looking at October. So every month goes through and has a list of hashtags, events, promo ideas, blog ideas, and posting ideas. These are just things that generally people do in these months. And your job is to fill in the events. So you want to put your normal events in. So in their case, they would have that cowboy challenge. And then you want to plug your special events in here because you're not going to use all of them. You're not going to have 365 days of hashtag days. Some businesses love to do that. Some do not have time. Most of the people I work with are small businesses, and we don't really have a lot of time to do that. So you want to pick the most critical, and that's what we're going to do today. September through December of 2018 is broken down into 3 sections. Each month has month themes, which are in blue, special month weekly themes, which are this kind of light orange, and then special month days. So these are the 365 days that you see. And it looks something like this. So it's very overwhelming when you first open it up. I just cut and paste and add, and it's by no means an entire list. There may be other sources that you have. Some months, like October, have more special days, have more themes, more weekly, more daily. Your goal is to go in and say, no, 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 yes. And so you're going to really prune that down so that it's a manageable page. And then you're going to decide what you're going to do with it. So as we look at the month events, because that's the first thing. So here is September, October, November, December. And we're going to focus on October. October in the whole year is the biggest month. It's the biggest month themes, weekly themes, and daily themes. For some reason, I don't know why, October is so jam-packed. So you've got to really do your job to kind of go through and prune out what you want and what you don't want. So I've kind of cut and pasted it here just to kind of give you an idea of what it looks like. And then I'm going to go through and I'm going to say, adopt a shelter dog month. So they're about animal welfare. So that is one possibility. Health literacy month, very much something they would do. National Animal Safety and Protection Month, certainly in their wheelhouse. Emotional Intelligence Awareness Month and Emotional Wellness Month. So these are 2 whole months that they could decide to celebrate. National Bully Prevention Month. So here's another really critical one for them that's important. National Depression Education and Awareness Month. And then National Domestic Violence Awareness Month, because they work in inner cities and these are kind of issues. Now, you could look at all the other ones and maybe there's something that you like personally and you want to put in here, Eat Better Together Month. These are great. But these are the things that meet the mission of their business. And what we have to do is we have to prune it down. You really don't want to have more than 4, but you can have 4. In this case, I've chosen National Animal Safety and Protection Month. This is the hashtag that they would use. And the message that you would want to create that content is do whatever you can to keep the animals in your life safe and healthy. So this could be a series of posts or blogs. National Bully Prevention Month. So this is a big one. First of all, it's a big national month. And there are websites, stopbullying.gov, that you can take data from. The message is prevention. Teaching kids how to identify bullying and how to stand up to it safely. Be aware of what your kids are doing online and know the warning signs. So this is actually right in line with everything that they do within the community. So it becomes really an important one. National Depression Education Month. This is also important. It's sort of a subtopic of things that they do. It's awareness of families to recognize and cope with depression. So these are 3 things that they can decide as a team. What do we want to focus on in October? You're going to educate people. That's the purpose. You're going to have the voice, right? Free Reign is the voice of Stop Bullying. So this is a header that you could put on your Facebook page and say October is National Bully Prevention Month. Now I know there are other things that we're going to celebrate, but if I was choosing, this would be the main one that I would choose because it's a constant theme in the lives of the people that do their program and their audience. And then we would do a post on October 1st announcing that this is the month. And remember that you're trying to bring people back to what you do. So yeah, this is the month of National Bully Prevention. In our programs and in our work, we help this problem. So you need to find those months, those weeks, those days that are related to what you do, to what your product can help people to do, what your service can help people to do. And then you create posts for that. And this is all stuff that you can do well in advance, in addition to your normal posting that you would do in your business. So it's allowing people to see that. Now let's jump to the weekly tab. So we're going back to October. Remember that the color changes, so it's easy for you to identify it. And you're going to look at all these weeks. So these are weeks where, Mental Illness Awareness Week is October 2nd through 8th, and they change, based on the dates and things. So I've cut and pasted that for October. And now we're going to kind of look. So you have Kids Goal Setting Week. They work with kids. It's a big part of their program. It could be something that they wanted to do during the week of October 3rd through the 7th. There's Veterinary Technicians Week. So this is really important to them. They rescue horses and they work with vets around. So that's the 8th through the 14th. There's Veterinary, oh, I duplicated that, sorry. So now we're going to choose the most appropriate. So Kids Goal Setting and Veterinary Technicians Week. These are the only two things on that really fit in, because remember that we have National Bullying Month. So that's going to take over a lot of the posting in October. And so these are just additional themes that can be threaded in if you don't have. Sometimes the months you don't have anything that's appropriate. So you're going to want to have 4 solid weeks of something. And if you don't have 4 solid weeks and you don't have anything for the month, you're going to have to pick daily things to talk about. So it's really important. So October 14th through the 20th is Veterinary Technicians Week. Veterinary technicians are critical. So they're educating people. They're using the hashtag. They're showing an image of why this is important. They might even bring a gift basket to their vets that they use, because I'm sure they have more than one, and make that a thank you. We really appreciate what you do for us, and we want people to know. So every day during that week, they're going to post something educational, and then they're going to post what they're doing about it throughout the week, and it's really important. Then you go into the heavy duty one, the daily. So dailies have multiple things in the day. And believe me, some days have like 15 things. So you want to look at it. National Hair Day, Fire Pup Day, National Homemade Cookies Day, National Consignment Day, National Child Health Day. So are these related to what you're doing? And in addition to these, you also have national holidays that are in there. So what you want to do is you want to go day by day by day, and you want to pick what's really important to you based on that criteria. Not every day is something that you need to celebrate on social media. Some businesses do it. They love it. Hashtag days. It's very important to them. It's part of what they do. You have to decide what's important to you. So National Inner Beauty Day. So this is a kind of day where anyone could do it. It doesn't matter if you're a dentist or you're a social media consultant or you're a foundation or you sell art. It's, inner beauty is inner beauty. So it gives you an option that on October 7th you could find a photo and talk about it, use the hashtag. Sometimes it could just be a simple thing, or you could relate it back to your business. National Stop Bullying Day is the second week in October. So this is their overall theme for the month. So this is going to be a day that they may want to do something. They may say October 10th, we're going to have an open house, or we're going to do something special on this day because it's the month and it's also the day. You have to decide if you want to do that, if it's important to you. Your goal is to educate, to entertain, to inspire, and to convince. You're trying to show people who you are, what you do, why you do it. October 5th is hashtag Do Something Nice Day. We gave our rescued horses a special morning treat. What are you going to do nice today? Please share and post. This is a nice engaging post. It has a picture, it's engaging, it has the appropriate hashtags, it's fun, and it's relating it back to what they do, and it's trying to get their fans and audience to share and post the something nice they're doing in the day. These are your ideal kind of days when you can reach out to your audience and ask them to post. And one tip that I would have if you have that people aren't posting is you post something just to kind of bring it back up into the news feed. Now the hard part, taking those topics and turning them into something. And what are you going to do? Well, we're going to take them, these ideas, and we're going to put them on an annual calendar. Now this is just what I like to use. It's all PR, all advertising, all media. I want to know the big months. I want to know the big weeks and any big days that are really, really related to our business. Not do something nice day. This would be National Horse Day, which there is a National Horse Day. These are big events. And then you can decide, are we going to reach out to the newspaper? Are we going to do PR? And if you look at that a year in advance, it really can help you to establish for your business a whole view. The other thing is the brainstorming. So I have a worksheet that I use on Excel where I want to talk about blogs. Blogs scare people, I get it, but a blog could also be a post. So it's National Bully Awareness Month for this particular business, and maybe they're going to do why your voice matters in bully prevention, right? Who proposes that idea? Who's going to write it, right? So is it going to be one of the therapists? Is it going to be a volunteer? When are you going to do it? Well, you want to do something like that at the beginning of the month when it's a month theme. If it were a weekly theme, it would go obviously during that week. And I like to keep a list of my keywords because I want to make sure that Google finds me and what it is that I'm doing. And then we want to talk about where we're going to post it. So not everything is posted everywhere, but most things have a kind of flow. So you would do it maybe on Facebook, then you're going to post it on your website, and you're going to do a newsletter or Pinterest or whatever it is that you do. So this is a great thing to do once you've identified those topics. In this case, we have National Bully Awareness Month, why your voice matters, and then the keywords, just to kind of show you a little closer view. Then I like to take that, do the work, but I think it's really important to keep track. So whenever you do a blog post, this is not for your daily posting, but more for your blog posts, keep track of it. Copy the link. Why? Because you can maybe in 3 months down the road, there is another national day that relates to this post. You don't want to have to go back searching. There it is right there. You're just copying it. How well did it perform? These are the comments that you would make. Can it be repurposed? Can I take that link and use it in February for a bullying event or something that's going on in town that's related to one of your sponsors? You can very easily have access to it so that you have this all year long. And think about who you could tag in this. So maybe you've done this in February and now you meet someone at a networking event and you think, well, we could, work on this together. So this is a working document that you should keep track of every year, every month, so that you know what you're doing. It's indispensable because it gives you year to year access to the links that you have, to your ideas, to other people's thoughts, and how you can repurpose it. Maybe you're going to take it, rewrite it, and repost it 2 years from now. And then you're going to put it on a different line. And you'll make a note here, repurposed. Never forget the purpose of content, right? This is a buyer's journey. You are trying to make people aware of you. They're going to research you. They're going to do it with your content. They're going to purchase from you, become a customer of yours, and you want them to promote you. So content has a different kind of flow. We want to be authentic. We want to build trust with our content. We want to listen to the people. What are they asking for? What are we giving them? Because we have to respond to them. We need to be relevant, clear, and honest. And the flow here goes along with this because it gives you ideas on how you can do that. So show me how you fit into my life. So with National Bullying Awareness Month, yeah, they have a program that deals with that. So you want to sit back and you want to think about what your content is offering the people that are your customers. It's very important that you keep that in mind. So my reflection photo has changed because it is chaos what we're doing here in the digital world, and we want to organize it. So we have to think about what we did today. Do you see the value in planning out your content 1 year in advance? It's important. And who on your team can help you with this? Because this is not a one-man job. You need, if in this case with the Free Reign Foundation, they have volunteers. So they might want to sit with their volunteers and say, this is what we have a year in advance, and what are we going to do with it? I can write this, I can do this. And if you can get all of this done well in advance, think of how your year is going to be. So it's really critically important. I'm going to make that 1 year calendar available to you. Next week, we are going to talk about Yelp. This most likely is going to be a 45-minute training because Yelp is so critically important to you. It's what every business needs today, and I have some mind-blowing statistics, and I've been working with them on their new advertising process. So it's a really, really important thing. So let's get through our questions. How many new emails did you add to your list? Today's content, think about that. That could be a goal that you have, that you want to really grow that list. You want to grow your sales or the participants in your programs. Did every employee know? Include them in this year in advance process. It's really important. Your fans. If you have a very prescribed plan for content over the course of the year, this becomes easier. The popular content becomes easier too because you have so much to draw from in years past, and you want to know who your engaged followers are. And every engaged follower will bring you 3 customers. Eventually, that's what's going to happen. Are you improving your customer service? That's one of the things that you can do, is engage them. So, under 30 minutes, big topic. I will post this training online, and I will also make available on my website this September 2018 to September of 2019 calendar. And hopefully you will use this outline to really prune it down. And in my follow-up email, I'll give you the 5 steps that you need to go through just to make it super easy for you. And you can kick this out in just a couple of hours. So I want to thank you all for being here and being a part of this weekly training. Have a great week.